Hey, good Friday morning, everybody. Meteorologist Greg Majestic back with you here in the North Georgia Majestic Weather Studios with the Weather Report, exclusively for you Facebook subscribers and YouTube members here on your last day of July, July 31st, 2026. It's also Free Sampler Friday, so all you folks on Facebook and YouTube get the opportunity to receive this report, and it gets you a chance to go ahead and perhaps join us as a Facebook subscriber or YouTube member as we work together to build this 24-hour professional weather channel. All right, let's go ahead and take a look right now what's going on live. Boy, it feels awfully good out there. Blairsville looking nice. Brazelton, it's actually 52 degrees up there on top of Brasstown Ball this morning, and Dahlonega looking nice as well. Should be a great day, low humidity. But unfortunately, the weekend is not going to be the same. Like I mentioned this the other day, I wish we could have taken Thursday and Friday's weather and moved it to the weekend, but unfortunately, we're going to be cloudy and also going to be a little bit wet. We'll get into all of those details here on this update for you this morning. All right, take a live look there over Helen, Georgia. See again some of these clouds that are blowing through. We'll see a mostly sunny, partly sunny type of day. Temperatures fairly seasonable, but again, that low humidity making it feel pretty nice outside. Athens campus looking pretty good as look at UGA getting ready for the football season, getting so close. Oh man, it's just a few days away, not too far away here now. Looking here over Dahlonega again, a beautiful sunrise. I always love how the sun comes through the clouds over the mountains like that. What a beautiful shot this morning. And also there in Dalton, I caught the train earlier when I was just doing my weather on the go update, but no train there this morning, but some sunshine there as well. And you see the sun coming over the mountains there up there in Sky Valley. So a beautiful start here across North Georgia. Let's look at our current surface map. We got the stationary bound to the south as we've got plenty of 60s out there for this morning, feeling very nice and very comfortable. And I don't think you need a jacket, but I truly love this weather. It felt really good going outside there, looking very nice with all these 60s. Even down in the metro area had 60s this morning. Again, we're getting that stream. The jet stream flow is coming this way, so we're just getting a few of these high clouds kind of blowing on through here for today. And eventually, we're going to see them thicken up, becoming a little more cloudy for tomorrow, and we're going to see some wet weather as we're going to track an upper-level low that's going to kind of get stuck across the southeast and kind of fade out. And then we're going to have temperatures, I think, running a little bit below normal for most of the week, and then start to creep up. Looks like August is going to turn hotter for us again. Now, quick look out at the tropics. The Atlantic remains quiet. I'm not seeing anything out there right now. In fact, the long-range projection for the next 2 weeks, taking us to about the 18th, 19th of August, is still looking pretty quiet overall. And you see Tropical Storm Genevieve out there in the Pacific. It's weakening rapidly and a non-factor. We're going to be watching the heavy rain threat, especially coming in on Saturday. This is today's, obviously, we're dry for today. But here we go, going into Saturday. We're going to have a little bit of action there, as you can see there with the yellow arrow. Some isolated pockets of some heavy rain here and there. And then Sunday, that kind of moves on off and just tapers off. And Monday and Tuesday, no real heavy rain threat. So it's just Saturday. We're going to have to worry about maybe some brief downpours here and there. Now, along with that, we'll have to watch the thunderstorms with that. There will be some thunderstorms associated with that. Now, today's obviously we're quiet, no worry there. But going into your day 2, see the marginal risk coming up here across northwest Georgia. And then we got level 2 back over here across portions of northern Alabama and Tennessee. So we'll watch to see if that doesn't get updated to include more of Georgia for tomorrow. But right now, that's what we have from the Storm Prediction Center. Sunday, that moves on off toward the east, over toward the Carolinas, and just a general thunderstorm threat there on Sunday, so not looking bad after that goes by. Local radar, it's pretty quiet, not a big deal out there for now, and expect that to remain that way for today. You will not need the umbrella for today. Tomorrow, different word. And look at these temperatures, folks. I mean, just so nice. I mean, 60 up there in Blue Ridge and Hiawassee, and we got mid-60s down here toward the metro Atlanta area. It is a beautiful start here all across there. I wish we could just hold on to these, but I know they're going to go away. But I love those kind of temperatures. Feels very nice outside. So let's go ahead and dive into our models here as we're looking at the rapid refresh model, which did a pretty good job with that severe weather we had earlier in the week there on Tuesday. But for those who didn't hear, we did get a confirmed tornado there in Pickens County. It was EF0. It was right where the radar showed it, and it was exactly what I saw as far as the wind speeds were concerned. So anyway, looking at your model, we're okay for today, but going into Saturday, got some showers coming in here. A few thunderstorms popping up here for the afternoon, moving on through. It is favoring the eastern portions of the state. Just depends on when these things get fired up. And then we kind of remain a little unsettled here because what we're going to have is we're going to have a bit of what we call a southwesterly flow coming over us here. And let me get that fixed for you real quick. So what that means is that the moisture is going to be streaming up this way. So, because the low is going to be back over here. So, that's what's going to give us the unsettled weather. And that'll kind of just kind of sit there. You see it's kind of spinning there. And then it just kind of falls apart there a little bit. So, it doesn't look like we're going to get a ton of rain out of this. It's going to keep us just cloudy, a little unsettled here as we go into the new work week. All right, let's look at the rainfall totals. Again, this model is favoring here in the eastern zones, but you see like the 5 inches right there. There's the one over there that's over 2 inches. So again, there'll be some pockets, some heavy ranges, depending on the exact location of where the storms flare up. And you guys know the drill when it comes to summer storms. Some folks are going to get it and some folks are not. You know, you might say, I didn't get a drop in my backyard, but your friend, 2 miles down the road, he got the deluge on. That's just how that works for the summertime systems. All right, so let's look at the temperatures here for today. Again, fairly seasonable is what I would probably call this for today. Really not bad. We'll have a mix of 80s and low 90s out across the region. Again, the dew points are going to stay low, typically speaking, in the 50s and low 60s. That's very nice. A lot different than the 70s when you're feeling like you could, put the air on like a jacket. So that's going to be pretty nice here for today. Overnight lows for tonight, not going to be as cool, obviously, because obviously the humidity is coming back up. Seeing a lot more 70s. Still some upper 60s up in the mountains, but not quite as cool. And then as we go into your Saturday, because that rain threat coming in, you kind of see it there coming in. And again, this has been pretty consistent all week, where it's been kind of showing these 70s over here and 90s over here, depending on the timing of when those showers and storms moving on through. That's been there the last few runs. It's been pretty consistent. So depending on the timing on the rains, you see how it just cools everybody down here as we go into the evening hours there going into your Saturday. Now let's go look at the jet stream here. We're going to talk about this. Again, what we're going to dealing with is this upper level low feature that's kind of diving into the air. Let me stop this real quick and kind of show you what's going on. Obviously, we've had this northerly flow, which has been bringing us the clouds. Again, we got the high pressure ridge that's been out here for weeks. It's going to start to eventually break down a little bit here, but we got this upper level low kind of digging down right here. This is a trough. Okay, so we got this low kind of pitting out here, and it's going to hang out for a little while. It's going to weaken as it does so. And what we're going to see is the jet stream kind of getting back to where you typically see in the summer, for a little while. A very zonal west-east flow, just kind of going across the nation here. So that means we'll just have warmer weather, scattered storms, your typical summertime stuff coming back out of here as we go into later next week. And then at the end of the run, it starts getting a little more amplified once again. We see a little upper level low off the west coast. And again, we got this active jet stream here that stays in. Here's our subtropical staying active as well. So looks like we kind of go normal for a little while. Then the jet stream toward the end of this, going toward the end of the middle of the month, might get a little more active again. All right, so let's look here at the forecast here as we look at this and see what's going to be going on with this. Let me slow this down again here for you as we go for the weekend. So obviously we're looking at wet weather coming in here on Saturday. So you see the wet weather, see the showers and storms there on your Saturday. It's a little bit wet, remains a little unsettled Saturday night and the Sunday. Obviously, the wraparound moisture keeps us wet on Sunday there. And then it's a little stormy there on Monday as well. But the trend next week is for everything to kind of back off. Now, this is really drying us out here quite a bit here. So depending on what happens with that upper level low, I know the GFS is a little bit stronger. We may back the rain chances off a little bit faster, say starting Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday next week, because this is really not showing all that much here on the European right now. You see some there on next Saturday with the system. But not a whole lot of rain showing off to this. In fact, when we look at the rainfall totals for the next 7 days, this might be a little underdone. I mean, it's really weakened that upper level system compared to what was shown yesterday. So I like to see what the day run does with this. But generally just seeing around an inch, really, I think that might be a little underdone here for going in for tomorrow especially. And then as we go in for the 10-day, not a whole lot of additions to this. And then finally taking it all the way out to the end. And we can see a little more of the air mass thunderstorms coming in. So I think this is just a touch underdone, but 1 to 2 inches over the next 2 weeks is kind of underwhelming a little bit, but we'll see how that works out. All right, let's see the temperature difference here. The story here is going to be the fact that with the clouds and the rain, it's going to keep the temperature down for the weekend. Then we're going to start warming back up because the Climate Center says we're going to get pretty steamy here going into the month of August. So I'll show you that here momentarily, but as you can see here going into the weekend, obviously the rain's coming across. It'll be hot in the east first, and then it's going to cool down, obviously, what we just showed you there on Saturday. Seeing the blue there. So going into your Sunday, how's Sunday afternoon looking? Seasonal, maybe a little bit of below going into your Sunday. And how about your Monday? Monday afternoon, more of the same, kind of showing below normal temperatures of clouds and rain around. How about Tuesday? Going into Tuesday afternoon. Tuesday, and getting back to more normal. See a few degrees below across North Georgia, a degree or two above across the south. So I call that seasonable for Tuesday. Wednesday, let's see how Wednesday's looking here. Oh, now we're starting a lot more red on the map here, starting to warm up, going toward Wednesday. Wednesday getting a little hotter. And how about Thursday? Checking that out. Ooh, Thursday not looking nice. Look at that. Getting hotter, getting steamier. So, like I said, if the European's correct here, and we'll see what the day run does with that, we may back off the rain chances to the middle of next week and warm us up a little faster. So, but I want to get one more run on that before I make any changes to the forecast. So, again, very hot toward the end of the week. Look at Friday, so 10 degrees above normal, 12 degrees above normal. I'll show you those temperatures here momentarily, but we're looking at the real steam bath coming back at us here for next week. So let's look at the air temperatures here. So this we're starting from Sunday, since we already showed you Friday and Saturday. So again, temperatures here in the 80s, mid 80s and 70s up in the mountains. So feeling pretty good. And then as we go into Monday, more the same, kind of 70s and 80s. So a little bit warmer there in the southeast. How about Tuesday? Let's check out Tuesday. Tuesday, getting back to more seasonable levels here. But Wednesday, I think, is when you're really going to start noticing the big difference here. So Wednesday, starting to see the 90s come back at us here. Low 90s like in Lafayette, and 93 in Madison, 92 in Atlanta. Yeah, definitely warming back up. The heat's coming on. But you saw what that Friday was kicking out, so you know what that's going to show. Here's your Thursday afternoon. A lot more 90s on here, still holding up some 80s up in the mountains, low 80s up there in Hiawassee and Clayton, but 93 down in Atlanta. And we know what Friday's going to look like. Friday's going to be a hot one. Look at that. 97 in Lafayette, 93 in Canton, 97 in Jefferson, 97 in Atlanta. So we got the heat coming back, folks. So enjoy today. Enjoy the lower humidity, because we're not going to have it going into next weekend. We'll pay for these 2 days we just had of great weather. So again, look, the Climate Center is saying very hot. This is going into next week. So this is going in from the 5th through the 9th of August. And that stays in place going from the 7th to the 13th. So right now, like the jet stream was showing, it was kind of a flat zone of flow. Looked like we're going to warm back up. And then beyond the middle of the month, maybe we start seeing the troughiness return back to the east. That's been a persistent pattern here most of the summer, where we got these temporary heat domes, and then we trough and cool back down again. So it's been kind of up and down all summer long. So as far as the precipitation, it pretty much has this as normal here from the 5th to the 9th and the 7th to the 13th. So that kind of holds in place there, except you notice it's turning drier out in the middle of the country. All right, so the forecast looking like this here for right now. This is what I want to talk about. So the rain chances stay up through Saturday and Sunday. I'm in agreement on that. Monday looks like that's okay. Where we're probably likely to make changes on the forecast is going to come on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, bringing the rain chances down and heating those temperatures up a little faster as we head toward Friday. As obviously, Friday looking like it's going to be a steamer across the area. That means the overnight lows will also come up as well. But I want to get one more model run to look at here for today. But for the weekend, I think we're pretty much set. We're set for the next 4 days. Just know that 5, 6, and 7 probably going to change by today's afternoon's update. All right. Anyway, that right there, your friends, is your weather report update here for today. I appreciate you guys checking us out. And again, if you are on Facebook and on YouTube, if you're not a member, if you're not a subscriber, if you'd like to become part of this family, we do this report Monday through Friday. It's a little more detailed oriented as far as the weather briefing. I give you a little more of my speculation and thoughts on the weather. And it's a way for you to help us build our professional weather channel. Every dollar counts, man. So it only costs you a couple of bucks there on Facebook and on YouTube. And YouTube, you can go up to $4 if you like. We call it the Jim Cantori member if you really have a passion for weather. Anyway, I appreciate you guys treating me as your own personal weatherman. Y'all be good, stay safe. And I got to work at Fox 5 tonight. I'll be on at 5, 6, 10 and 11 tonight, and 6, 10, and 11 for Friday and Saturday. I got a lot of days here from now through next weekend, as Leanne's going to be out doing her military duty, which is pretty cool since, I'm a retired military guy. It's good to kind of help out a fellow soldier. So you guys take it easy, and we will talk to y'all next week. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.